Great! Welcome to FAQ117, or should I say good morning and welcome to FAQ117. Last week I did something new. I decided to try out this premiere thing on YouTube. Basically what that is when I make my FAQs public, they are in sort of like a premiere mode where everyone has to watch like it will be a live stream video, even though it's not a live stream video. But the layout will still be the same. You have the chat, so I'll be there watching the FAQ live with you guys and you can interact with me. The only problem is that if within that 20 minutes of that FAQ you watch, you can't start from the beginning. But after everything is done, the premiere is over, you can still watch the FAQ just like a normal FAQ. Okay, polling with Ola. Was this good? Was this bad? Personally, I thought it was pretty cool because then I could just sit and talk to you guys and just like I do with my paying friends and members every day, by the way. But at least now, you know, you get to sit and have sort of like an interaction with me since I'm being there at the same time as the FAQ is being aired. I thought it was a lot of fun. There was also a drunk guy who donated a shit ton of money. He was just super drunk. So that I don't recommend. Don't be drunk and watch my videos and don't donate a lot of money to me, Elias. Thank you so much for that donation, by the way. I'm gonna do a poll up here. Was it good? Was it bad? Let me know and we'll see how the next FAQs will be. Okay, great. Don Urbano Binats but the third. And also, why is there no Ola Tasting Shit? Kinda miss it now. Fucking hell. I thought we kind of silently agreed that Ola Tasting Shit is a shit segment, but I'll just go to my fridge, see what I have, okay? Shit. All these demands. People don't care. They don't care about my feelings. Okay, this is gonna be awesome. So basically I had nothing, but I had some old shit that I've tried for testing shit before. So I made a new thing. This is a Pop-Tart fluff with a little jelly bean on it. So basically it's a Pop-Tart with chocolate chip cookies, and then there's this fluff thing that I tried in another FAQ, and then there's a small little nipple. I didn't have anything, but yeah, I just made this gross thing right here. Just look at it. This is basically my 2,000 calories a day right here in one chew. Okay. There. Are you happy? Oh. Disgusting. Okay, so I think we've come to the conclusion that I will only make Ola Tasting Shit when I have something to taste, okay? Oh, shit. Jamaro66, when you joined The Haunted, did you have to learn all the songs by yourself, or did Patrick have to show you? Also, will they ever consider doing a Feared song live? Okay. So when I joined The Haunted, Anders, the previous guitar player, he recorded videos of basically all the songs for me. What more can you really ask for? That was really awesome. I still have the videos here showing mainly most of the songs that were on like the set list back in the day. And then after that, I've just learned songs by ear basically. But just having videos when you have like 25 or 30 songs to learn, videos definitely help to make the process a little bit quicker. And don't ask me to post these videos. Those are for me and my eyes only. Would they ever do a Feared song live? I don't want The Haunted to play Feared. That's not... doesn't make any sense. Francisco Cisner, so no more testing shit. Okay, just before I continue on this question, you might have seen that there's not too many Ola Testing Shit nowadays. Well, I'm still testing stuff, I'm just not calling it Ola Testing Shit because for every time I said Ola Testing Shit, if you say a swear word in the beginning of like 10 seconds of the video, you will not be able to monetize that video. So, calling the series Ola Testing Shit was probably the most stupid idea I've ever had, even if I think it's a really good name. So there you go. The real question, if you were to offer a great amount of money for touring for a year with a huge band, would you go? This is an excellent question. If you would ask me this like 5 years ago, I would probably say a big fat yes, because I would probably see it as being an investment in my name, being able to play in a big band, but I would also, I mean, getting paid to tour for a year, that's something a lot of people dream about. But today, I'm not as certain I would do a thing like this, because like if I need to go on a tour with a band, that will disrupt everything else I have, which is this, first and foremost, my YouTube channel, which I do not want to disrupt. And, you know, this is the platform I grow in. If I would join a band that's really big, I don't think it would help me personally more than, you know, I get to go out and play a lot of shows and be seen for a lot of people. But, you know, I'm doing the same thing here on YouTube. People are watching me. I'd rather be home and be close to my family, you know, because my kids they're growing up. Being gone for a year, I'm gonna miss a full year of my kids growing up. I'd rather just be home and work on my own brand, my YouTube, and be with my family, to be honest. That's my situation that I'm in. I know a lot of other players out there would love to go on tour with a big band. I would have loved to do that as well. I mean, I did this basically. 6 Feet Under called me, The Haunted called me. I did it, and I'm happy that I did. But as of now, I don't think I would join any other band. Okay? Great. Mark Leon, apologies for attacking you on the streets of Barcelona. I just got too excited seeing you in person. Thanks for being cool and taking it all in stride. My girlfriend and I love all your videos and watch them together. Keep up the positivity, and we wish you all the success in the world. You deserve it. Thank you so much, Mark. Mark came up to me when I was in Barcelona this past weekend and just said hi. What I wanted to say with this is that if you ever see me on the street and or whatever, don't be afraid to come up and just say hi. That's perfectly fine. As long as I'm not, you know, sitting and eating something right in the middle of eating, don't come up to me. Wait until I'm done or something like that, okay? But Mark, very nice to meet you, and maybe I'll see you in Barcelona another time. Okay. Sandra Pacorni. Hey Ola, hope you're well. Everyone has a favorite muscle car. What is yours? Okay, in general, I don't really care that much about muscle cars. I mean, cars are nice, I must admit, but I don't really give a shit about, you know, cars or expensive cars and stuff like that. But with that said, I've always been a Ferrari guy. I've always liked the designs of the Ferraris, just class, pure lines, and just like really posh cars in that remark, if you compare it to the other ones. Just really tasteful. While I think a lot of the other, you know, car brands, you know, like sometimes Porsche or Lamborghini, for instance, they go a little bit oversteer with a lot of things. I think Ferrari has always kind of stayed true to its roots when it comes to the design, and just a class. There's just a classiness to it that I really enjoy and like. So if I would love a muscle car, it would probably be Ferrari. There you go. I think they just had a new Modena out. Okay, let me check this. Yeah, this one is nice. Yeah, it has that all. That's how you lose hair, by the way. It gets stuck in shit. This one right here, it has that classic 308 GTB classic look to it. I mean, it has some of the elements that one was known for, but it's still very modern and classy and slick, and yeah, good job. Ferrari, sponsor me. It's not gonna happen. Tapewormer, this is a member question, by the way. Hey Ola, maybe you answered this in a way earlier FAQ, but here goes anyways. I realize one chosen guitar tuning can be situational for a particular song you might be playing. However, I'm curious as to what your preferred or feel-at-home tuning is for writing and composition. Great question. I think I've kind of settled for the standard D right now, the standard Dick, basically. The standard D has kind of like become my middle point for a lot of things. You know, most of my songs are surrounding the D standard. Then I have the drop C, which is in D standard. Then occasionally I can play in standard E, and you know, it's just that standard D is probably the tuning I use the most. Abs in Texas, Lars, he's a member. Hey Ola, I love the community of members you brought together. I'm newer here, and I was wondering if you would revisit the story history behind both the Ola Englund logo and the 12 fret marker logo. Okay, really good. This 12 fret marker logo that at first was an Ola Englund logo that you know, I needed a logo back in the day when I started my YouTube channel. I think this is like 2009, 2010, something like that, just to have something that I could use for graphics or whatever, because you know, my face is ugly, I need a graphic. I asked my wife to draw something. She drew this. And it's kind of like a O, there's kind of like an L, there's kind of like an A in there. And basically that's what I used and started adapting to whatever I was using. I mean, they were on the guitars, they were on the YouTube channel, on merch and stuff like that. But then eventually when I started Solar Guitars, this logo became the logo for Solar Guitars. So I've taken a step back from this logo. This is Solar Guitars logo and not Ola Englund logo. But I have a new logo made by Sylvain that is somewhere. I don't know where it is. But that one is my new logo. And I have it here, sorry. It's this logo that's on this guitar, which you probably can't see. That's a logo made by Sylvain. Sylvain is the guy who makes basically all my artwork and all that shit. He's an excellent artist. Love him to death. I love you, Sylvain. Love you. Love you a long time. And I started using that logo maybe 2 years ago. Something like that. Thank you. Triple Air, since you love that Sixpounder intro riff so much in your Children of Bodom video, why not make it the riff for the day in your next FAQ? I didn't actually say that I loved the riff, but I'll do it anyway. It was a cool riff. Okay. Yeah, that sounds like drop C. Let me get this guitar. Solarguitars.com, by the way. Ha! Okay, so riff of the day. Riff of the day. Sixpounder by Children of Bodom, a band that I apparently love so much. The guitar is tuned to D, standard D, and then you drop the lowest string to C. Okay, so you got. That was a standard C, by the way. It goes like this. Simple shit. I think there was a squeal somewhere. Zach Wild. There you go, riff of the day, Ola Englund of the day, Children Bodom of the day. The Other Genesis, hi Ola, have your views, impressions of the guitar industry changed after starting Solar Guitars? If so, how? Well, you know what? It hasn't changed that much. And you know what? The guitar industry doesn't really bother me that much because, you know, I'm doing my own thing here and, you know, we're running our own race, basically. You know, the guitar industry itself is trying to kind of catch up with the modern times. You know, there's the, you know, the distribution lines and retail and all that. It's a very old system. That's the good thing about Solar Guitars and creating your own brand is that, you know, we basically decide what we want to do and we don't have to follow the norms of, you know, what the others are doing. It's just nice to have my own company with only people that I want to work with. I think that having the right people with the heart in the right places and the focus and the passion is a recipe for success. I will probably see more challenges as Solar Guitars becomes bigger and bigger when I have to bring in more and more people, basically. I think that will be a challenge, but as of right now, I think we're doing fine in the guitar industry, so thank you. Brandon Weaver, looking forward to the new solo album. Keep the inspiration flowing. I also have a question. I have S7G 7-string and I was wondering what made you switch from them to Washburn before you started Solar? Okay, so the first brand I was kind of sponsored by was Strictly 7 Guitars, and we made a 7-string guitar that sold really, really well. But also at that time, my channel and everything I did just grew bigger and bigger. I joined 6 Feet Under, The Haunted, and you know, it was time for me to move to something bigger with more potential. You know, Strictly 7 were more of like a smaller builder, custom shop kind of thing. And I just, you know, I saw the potential that I had and just needed to find another brand to work with. I was happy with Strictly 7, but they weren't the brand that would help me go forward in that sense. So that's why I had meetings with other brands. I found Washburn, and that's how I went with Washburn. Decoli, hey Ola, how do you record your covers? I've been wanting to start a cover channel for fun for a while now, but don't want my videos to sound like butt cheeks. Do you record your guitar tracks separately and mimic playing when you play along to the song? How do you get the song itself to sound decent without recording it with a camera? Upload an MP3 of the song with your tracks over it? I really have no idea where to start, and I was hoping you could point me in the right direction. So, I mean, there's a couple ways that I do covers of. If you see my kitchen covers, for instance, basically it's a camera, good high quality camera, and a microphone, much like this one that's on this one, like a Rode shotgun microphone that's pointing into, you know, the shot. The audio is okay. It's stereo, you know, I can take in the audio from the camera, bring it into Logic, I can fix it a little bit, you know, push the loudness a little bit and stuff like that, but it's not perfect. If you want a perfect cover, the best way is to record the camera, video, and audio separately at the same time. So you have camera to record what you see, the video, and you have Logic or your audio interface and recording your audio. So for me, making a cover basically means I set everything up in Logic as a song. I pre-record both rhythm tracks, both left and right. I usually use double tracking, you know, a right and a left channel. I record both of those, but when it's time for me to record video, I do have an extra track that I record myself on that just keeps on looping on and off as I do more and more takes when I videotape. So what you're hearing in the video, one of the tracks is what you're seeing on video, if that makes sense. It's a live track together with a pre-recorded track. And when you have that done, you can do mixing and all that stuff, you know, make it sound good with the drums and all that and master it, whatever. And then you bring them both together, the video and the audio in your session, into your video editing program, like I use Final Cut Pro, for instance. Still have the camera audio, so I can sync that camera audio with the audio from Logic, for instance. So that's how I combine a good mix track with a video. Okay? Good. I mean, there's a lot of people that just do the pre-recording and then mimic on video. And I mean, I did that as well back in the day, like when I started making my amp videos. It's a really good way to just quickly, you know, get shit done and stuff like that. It's a little bit of a hassle to record yourself at the same time as you're making a video. But I think the videos itself should be considered to be played live. I think it's more honest. I think it looks better. I mean, there's a couple different ways of you making a cover. The first one is probably the easiest one. Just get a good camera and a good microphone and just, you know, have a good mix in your room, or you can take it to the extra length and do the separate recording thing where you separate audio and video and record at the same time. There's a couple of different ways of doing it, but the most important thing is that you start doing it, okay? And upload it to YouTube and become famous. Okay, great. That's what we all want in the end. We all want to become famous and rock stars and get laid. Carton Flesh. Ola, why do you have the phone case that most old people have? What? You mean this? Okay, what is wrong with this? This is a wallet, you know, you can bring out your phone and put it in here and you have your credit cards and all that. Is this an old guy thing? I mean, this is all I need when I go out, except for my keys. You know, I just want as few things as possible to bring with me because, obviously because I'm old, I forget about things. So I only need keys and this, basically. I have my driver's license in here and I don't need a wallet, basically. Isn't that more practical than being old? But I guess like becoming older, it makes you more practical, I guess. Oh, great! Chris Consoma. So why a Shure SM58 and not SM57 instead? Isn't the SM57 the classic mic for cabinets? Okay, a very common question that I've got, and so it's a frequently asked question. For an FAQ, great. The SM58 and the SM57 is basically the same microphone. It has the same cartridge. The only difference is the grill of the microphone, you know, the top of it. And if you have an SM58, you can remove the top grill if you want to come closer to the cabinet. For me personally, why I'm using my SM58 and not my 57 is because my 58 sounds better than my 57. You will definitely encounter this if you have different SM57s, for instance. They will sound different from each other. Like the really old ones, they can sound so much better than new ones. Jumbo Guitarist. Hey, about Will It Chug, in your place I would give some time points, coolness points or Ola points to reviewed products, even for those in the past. And every video would end with a table on top showing charts. Nothing special, just deeper idea for these series. Good luck. That's an excellent idea, Jumbo Guitarist. Thank you so much. But I think that we all agree, or most of us agree, that it's not about the time it will take for me to make it chug. I think it's more about showing a piece of gear and me trying it out for the first time and the purpose of making it chug. Obviously, some things are made for chugging and some things are not made for chugging. How we get to that point, that's what I want to show in the video. So in that sense, I don't think a chart would be important in that sense. It would probably be a fun thing, but the main aspect of Will It Chug is basically to show how I quickly go into a chug mode, or like how I make something chug as quick as I can, and maybe it can help other people to get an understanding if it's a piece of equipment that is really hard to dial in, or something that's really easy to dial in for metal, because at the end of the day it's all for metal, right? For me at least, the Will It Chug series is that if you have another idea, I don't think we'll watch the same video. So, but thank you so much for the suggestion. I'll keep that in mind. Alice Gordon, hey Ola, whose picture is on your guitar stand? Or is that too personal? Don't be such a jizz rag. Have a great week. This is my son. This is a picture of my son right here. My beautiful, beautiful son. And I don't have a picture of my daughter here, but that's because I hate her. She's a bitch. No, I just found this on my desk. I just put it here. It's my son. He's beautiful. He's like, hey, Dad, play that chug riff. Play that chug riff. Play it. I love that riff you play when you chug. It's the same riff. It's the same riff in every video. Ola, please play that chug riff. Rock Pinch, can you sponsor me a guitar? No. Alex Sapida, Ola, as a Pantera fan, you must have watched the home videos of them. What do you think about all the crazy jokes, the crew, the way of living, etc.? Keep doing your videos and music. Please do more Pantera cover songs. Thank you so much. Yes, I lived by these videos during the 90s. I had the VHS and I was watching them over and over and over again. Maybe sometimes like twice a day or something like that. I mean, you were getting an insight of how it was to be in a metal band during those days. And it was crazy for sure. And, you know, that really makes you like, holy shit, I want to be a rock star and, you know, get into it and all that. It was, yeah, it was really cool. What it was basically an early type of vlog that Dimebag did when he was doing the home videos. Something that's very popular today on YouTube and on social medias, but those weren't a thing back in the day. So he was really a pioneer in that sense, that they made these type of videos. Of course, there were other bands doing the same thing, but I don't think anyone did it to the same extent as Pantera did. And when you see the videos, it's like you see that they're made for the fans to watch. So I really like that aspect of it. And yeah, I think I heard that there's a number 4 coming. IBR Music, Ola, maybe this could be a whole long video, but it would be really interesting if you tell us about the whole design process for solar guitars and the difference between Washburn and steel solar guitars. Greetings from Mexico. Whole design process. So for me to design a guitar, with Strictly 7, the brand that I was first sponsored by, they had designs basically. You know, they had their own super stretch shape and all that. So basically in that sense I was just, you know, specking out an already existing guitar. But when I started with Strictly 7, I started to make a design for my, you know, Solar 2.0 or something like that. What happened is that I usually, you know, have a book and I start to draw something, and that would eventually become the idea of a solar guitar. And when I have a drawing like this, usually I can take a photo of it, put it into Illustrator, I can draw some lines, you know, pull some lines and see what happens. And you just pull lines until you're happy, basically. And then, I mean, after you have that design done, you make a prototype, you see if there's an error or if there's not an error, where there are problematic areas, and then you figure them out, make a new sample, and that's basically how it is. It's a constant development of making like a really good, awesome guitar. But the whole process of a new shape or guitar starts with me drawing something, basically. So, Adieta P, how would you deal with failure and change? Well, a lot of business people talk about it. A lot of them don't mention their outlook towards it and how it affects the way they think. Could you mention how and if the fear of failure and change affected your decision making your business venture, solar guitars, and how you've handled it? Okay, so to start off, I think it's a human right to fail. I think failure is a very human thing. I mean, the problem is that a lot of people, they fear failure, or have a fear that they will fail or make wrong or make mistakes. And maybe that would hold them back. And I've probably been like this myself, I must say, but as I've kind of jumped into this world and, you know, jumped into all of this, is that you just have to overcome that fear of failing. And when you come to that point that you start making mistakes and stuff like that, that's when things happen for you. If you make a mistake or something like that, that will make you a smarter person. I mean, it's an experience extra for you. This time I did this, well, next time I'm not gonna do this, obviously. Failure becomes experience and makes you smarter, more careful, or just smarter. I mean, there's a lot of people that are afraid to make mistakes, and they just follow the herd, basically. And people need guiding, but if you're just being guided around, you know, on the safe path, without making any mistakes, I mean, nothing is gonna happen. Like, a good example, yesterday I came home from Barcelona, and you know, when you get off the plane, usually you go out straight to the exit. But this line that was in front of me, they went in and up an escalator, and it's like, okay, everyone was going to the left exit, so I just took the right exit. And what did I do? I came out first in line. I was the first person out to the baggage claim. I mean, it could have been the other way around, that I would be last, but I mean, unless you try it, if you don't take chances, nothing's gonna really happen with you and your situation. I mean, if you just sit at home doing nothing, you know, nothing's gonna happen. You just have to jump into it. Then if it's a failure, so what? Just do it again. Do something again and just try it out. At least you'll be a failure richer, and that will just help you in the next decision or the next change that you will make. For me personally, whenever I've, you know, had a big change happening, or I've said yes to something that might have been scary, maybe 90% it's always turned out well and better than the situation I was in before. So you just have to keep on making mistakes, keep on failing, and eventually you will learn to smell success, or smell the right choice, if that makes any sense. Wow, did I answer the question? That was a long ramble, I think, but sometimes it's just hard for me to make sense. Quagmire, hey Ola, how about a little less self-promotion and more guitar-related topics? Okay, thanks, bye. Smetal Rules, hey Ola, where can I download buy your cabinet impulse responses if they're out there? See what I did there? You cannot buy my cabinet impulse responses, but if you become a YouTube member, you will get them all for free. Okay, that's a part of the extra bonus content that is available for my members. So ending with that little self-plugging right there, plugging my ass. I plug my ass every day with my self-plugging. I just wanted to say that was the last question. Thank you so much, guys, for watching my video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section of this video. Also, don't forget about polling with Ola. Pola. It's up there. Do you want me to premiere the next FAQ, or should I just release it as regular? You decide, okay? Good talk. Ola Englund the Swede. You're the YouTuber YouTube. Fucking